Yo boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing the good old fashioned Resto Shaman. Now, I don't know if you guys like me playing healer in other classes or not, but I think a lot of you do like me playing variety. Now, I ended up hitting 2400 on this guy, and I will not lie, I think healing is 10 times harder than playing DPS, just due to the fact that just DPS don't know how to play with a healer. That's just what it comes down to. Because like they'll end up lining you when you're CC'd, or they don't end up using a cooldown until they're 2% instead of using it as soon as you get CC'd. So here I end up using my totems here. I end up trying to move my totems. For some reason it doesn't move them, and then my warrior, as you can see, is going full in, all the way in. So all I'm doing is, as a Resto Shaman, I'm just placing down my my totems, and every time I use my I don't know which one, I think it's a healing totem. Every time I put down a healing totem, it gives me these 3 stacks that makes my healing do a lot more. And I'm also running precog, so I'm trying to fake cast when I can. Now, fake casting is really good, but at the same time, if you fake cast too many times, your teammate will legit just end up dying. So sometimes you just get caked. Like here, I ended up trying to fake cast, and it's still, he got me right in time. So here I see my warrior getting low. My warrior has no CDs, and we're not looking too great. We're getting, free cast on. Everything's off stun DR. We haven't really stunned anything yet, and we're really looking not that good. I ended up getting precog the best time too. That's why precog is just such a good thing to have as a healer. I think every healer should have it when you can. As you can see, I try fake casting there. Because really, I don't want to get kicked by the mage. Getting kicked by the mage is an instantly GG for us. So like, I cannot get kicked by the mage. So here I end up spirit linking, and as you can see, it's just like they're taking the absolute most damage anybody can take. I ended up fake casting again, as you can see. All fake casting is now. Some people have like a specific macro that just stops casting, which I might actually get that once I get like a mouse with keybinds. But I just move my character, so I'll use I'll start casting, and then I'll use my mouse to like move it a tiny bit, and that's how I fake cast. Like that's how you see right there. But and I also need to be using my my kick more. Like I should really almost never have my kick. Now what I like to do though is I like to save my kick for like sheeps and stuff like that. So like when they're trying to CC me, that's when I use it, or if they're lassoing or something like that. But yeah, usually it's like it's pretty annoying as a shaman, just because Earthen is one of your greatest abilities in the entire class of Resto Shaman, and people just run out of it. I wish there was like a way around it to where like somehow it like kept it out. This guy's talking about the good old fashioned. He's very suspect. Not gonna lie about that one. But yeah, I'm telling these guys, you either use cooldowns on CC or you will die, and that is how it's going to happen. Now, I do get pretty fumed on the healer class because healing is just what's the word? I think healing is really hard, honestly, especially if you're not like a healer main, which I'm not. Like I was an HPAL main back in BFA, but yeah, it's definitely just a lot different. But yeah, I think healing's fun. I think the healings is super weak a lot of the times. Like sometimes I'll randomly have huge heals. Like here I end up using my ground it or my totem. I end up moving my totem to him. So you know you'd expect him to just sit in it because it's really the only thing I have. And I'm also running the reset here. So every time I use it, every time I use Earthen, it resets my Earthen. So I'm getting 2 Earthens. So on his meta and everything, I'm using my Earthens. So as you can see, he legit just walks out of my Earthen, and that's what happens 99% of the times I put it down. So I wish they could do something to where like I don't know. I don't know what would be the solution other than just people just forced to sit in it. So maybe put it like a static totem to where like they have to stand in it. Like if you put it down, they're just forced to sit in it or something. I don't know. Or maybe like have a talent that can do that. So like if you're, I just don't know. But as you can see, the Ellie ends up aligning the healer, and we end up winning the game here. But yeah, it's pretty simple. If you see Earthen, stay in the Earthen. It's legit one of the best cooldowns in the game. It legit absorbs so much damage. It's almost your top healing every time. So make sure you're standing in it. But other than that, yeah, I'm using my Shift F every time I have my healing totem, so then I can get like the biggest Riptide heal. And mainly all you're doing is spamming Riptide. That's really all. And then whenever you don't have Riptides, you're just spamming healing surges to get those fat procs, and that's pretty much it. Now, I've had a really bad problem with like after my Earthen and Walls, my healing, like anything that has MS, so like anything with Mortal Strike, my healing just does not do anything. It's like even my Riptides, if I don't get like a big proc or Ascendance proc, it legit does nothing. So like if there's a good warrior that knows how to sit on somebody, it's like I legit cannot heal them. So like here, he ends up using his sharpen, and as you can see, my heals aren't doing anything. So like I'm still trying to top him off still, and that's I already used Ascendance, so I've already used Ascendance. I still have my totem just in case for the extra healing, and I do have two healing tide totems. So I have big healing coming out right here, so I end up using a you know nature swift or whatever it's called, and I end up just perma slowing. Now I think the one problem with Resto Sham, I think every healer in general, I think that we just need a really big buff on healing wise. Now this is a solo shuffle, so dampening goes up quick. He ends up almost dying here, so I end up linking because I just like my since I'm not rocking haste, all it comes down to is my GCDs are super slow, so I end up using my my I don't even know what it's called. I'm trying to think. So a lot of times I read the spells, but I don't actually remember the names. So it's whatever it's my shift one. I use it and I can't be kicked. So I see that the Ellie's too far to kick me, so I'm free casting here. And pretty much this is another sharpen situation, or he has Mortal Strike and I legit cannot heal him. He had altar time the entire time, and he did not click it once. And his excuse was, oh, it can just be purged, so he decided not to click it. So I told him to go mage, and pretty simple. I think we end up winning every game. So it's pretty. When you use alter time and you're facing something that can purge, there's a really simple fix. You just want to line when you alter. So like if you know that you have MS on you, just alter time and go around the corner to where they can't just purge you. And then by the time they get to you, just alter back. It's not that difficult. And I don't even play a mage anymore, so it's like, I it's not it's the thing is this is like a 2400 lobby, so like people should know how to already do this. That's why it's so fuming as a healer. It's because 2400 is not hard to get to. Now I think it's way harder as a healer. Like I actually had difficulties getting to 2400. Now then again, I'm playing 10 other characters, so I'm not like sitting on one character and just spam queuing on that one character. If I was, I probably would have got 2400 in like a day or two. So here the DH is out of this world. I don't even know where my teammate is here. But I end up using my big totem, so I get a fat heal here, and pretty much there it is. And I end up taking my totems. I actually end up pumping a little bit of damage here, but all you're doing is using your healing totems, and like as you can see, it's not hard to heal. Like the healing rotation is not hard at all. Now I think the problem is your healing doesn't do anything. So if you don't use your earthen, so as you can see, I put my earthen down, so I'm typing him to stay in it. He actually walks back into it, thankfully. But I end up using my shift W to place my totem on top of him, and he still runs out of it again. Which some people don't know this, but whenever you cannot hit something, just hit the other target. When you're a caster and something's lining, just hit whatever you can hit. Like it's not like pretty difficult. But here I end up kicking him, and pretty much I end up trying to hex him here. I end up getting a full hex, which is pretty nice. It ends up breaking, so that sucks. And pretty much that's all there is to it. All we're doing is trying to heal. I do not have a dispel yet, so I can't dispel his root. I end up trying to fake cast him here. As you can see, I end up getting the fake cast from the mage. And that's great, so he ends up trying to ring us. Thankfully, he gets kicked. I don't know where my shaman is. Oh, never mind. I guess he's going around the block. I end up earthening him again. Hopefully he stays in it. Let's see. Nope. Oh, no, he stays in it. He's still in it. He's still in it. Now he just walked out of it. Now he's back in it. So, like, and then on top of that, if you're facing like a demo lock or anything like that, it's really hard to see the totem. They need to make it like a bigger like area or something, like, or more like visible. Like you can barely see it. As you can see, the mage ends up dying there. Pretty easy dub, and that's all there is to it. So here in this situation, we're just gonna be hitting the warrior and the DH. You're gonna hit whatever you can hit. When you're playing a caster, hit whatever you can hit. That's all there is to it. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I actually enjoyed healing. Now, obviously, I didn't enjoy playing with I mean, some people just don't click cooldowns and you end up just losing. Like I ended up going like sometimes they go 4-2 and then next sometimes they go 1-5 because it's like it's hard to read somebody's mind because you don't know if they're gonna play good or not. I always for some reason I don't even know if it's good, but I always at the start of the game use my shift F and my healing tide totem or my healing stream totem, whatever it's called, and I get them hots on quick before I get CC because usually I think they're gonna run in and fear me, so I might as well have pre-hots. So I tell him to stay in my earthen, and he runs right out of my earthen. It's the most annoying thing I've ever had in my life. So my earthen is useless. So my entire earthen right there was just useless. So that's awesome. And that's what I mean. I think there has to be some type of fix to where like it forces these players to stay in earthen. It's like it's too big of a cooldown, or maybe like a personal wall or something. Maybe instead of like using on, I really don't know what they could do with it, other than like forcing players to stay in it. Other than that, I wouldn't know. Let me know what you guys would think would fix that. I think he has to block here because I ended up getting feared. I couldn't trimmer it in time. The shaman actually ended up using his trimmer this time, which was nice. He ends up actually going back into my earthen after 10 seconds of not being in it. And here I end up just trying to spam heal him. He ends up blocking at 70%, which is a really bad block because I actually had him there for a little bit. And I wasn't CC'd and I had Spirit Link, so now it's like really bad. So here I end up trying to hex him. Honestly, I didn't even think he'd kick me from that far. I'm not gonna lie, but whatevs. So here he ends up kicking me. I end up spirit linking high, so I end up pre-spirit linking. I end up drinking. At this point, the damaging's high enough to where I can't heal the damage. Like as you can see, I'm spamming healing and it's not doing anything. Thankfully, we won the game right there with a 200k glacial, or else it was a GG. Like as you can see, I legit spam heal myself. It done zero. So thankfully, I pre-spirit linked before they did all their dam, or else I wouldn't have been able to heal the damage and I would have just died, or they would have died. But another free dub pretty much. And here we're just gonna go mage, and I think we end up winning this one as well. So like overall, I think solo shuffle is still fun. I know a lot of people like disagree and they'll be like, "Yo, solo crew destroyed arenas," but arenas were already bad. Like arenas haven't been good in a long, long time. So like honestly, I'd rather them just keep solo shuffling and let arenas die. Like nobody cares about arenas; they're boring. Like nobody actually wakes up and wants to queue an arena. It's not gonna happen unless you're queuing like main team threes or something. You're not gonna want to play. It's not fun. So my guy ends up almost dying here because he lines me, which is I guess I should have pushed up and knew. I end up dispelling him here, and that's all there is to it. This is the first time I actually got huge value out of my earthen because he actually stayed in it because we take those. So I end up trying to kick. He ends up fake casting me. So he had the same thing because usually when you're up in the air and you cast, you can't fake cast. So he actually has a macro that forces him to stop casting, and that's nice. And pretty much I get a hex here and we win the game, as you can see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys want to see me play next, and I will see you guys there. Peace, peace.